The September 2016 surgical strikes in POK, from India's most fearless true stories of modern military heroes, Shiv Arur and Rahul Singh, includes exclusive first-hand account of the 2016 surgical strikes. Uri, Jammu and Kashmir, 18 September 2016. Final checks on the AK-47 rifles, final checks on the stacks of ammunition, magazines and grenades stuffed into olive green knapsacks. The four men shoved fistfuls of almonds into their mouth, chewing quickly in the darkness and swallowing small, light and packed with a burst of energy. Mountain almonds are much of staple for terrorist infiltrators as their weapons are. The high-protein mouthfuls would have to sustain the four men for the next 8 hours, at least 8 hours, dressed in deceptive Indian Army combat fatigues and shaven head to blend in. The four emerged from their concealed launch point below a ridge line overlooking a stunning expanse of frontier territory. In total darkness, they trekked for 1 kilometer down to the powerfully guarded premises of the Indian Army's Uri Brigade in Jammu and Kashmir's Uri sector on the LOC. The four men knew their mission was not particularly extraordinary. Indian military facilities had been attacked by Pakistani terrorists before. In fact, just 8 months earlier, in January 2016, an identical number of terrorists had infiltrated the Indian Air Force base in Pathankot, where they had managed to kill seven security personnel before being eliminated. But there was something these men did not know. What they were about to do would change India like nothing else had in the past quarter century. It would compel India's most military India across a military point of no return that it had resisted until then. Above all, it would awaken a monster that Pakistan had been arrogantly certain would make in eternal slumber. Infiltrating the army camp at Uri would be before sunrise. Four men crept forward with an unusual sense of familiarity. Their Pakistani handlers had clearly wargamed the attack with maps and models of the camp, wasting no time in familiarizing themselves with camp's layout. They headed straight for a group of tents which the soldiers were sleeping. By the time the sun was fully up and Special Forces SF commandos had been diverted to Uri as reinforcement, the 14 Indian soldiers lost their lives. Two more would die later in the hospital. In a value that has readily numbed India with an uninterrupted spillage of blood, the Uri sector terror ambush was special. Other than the horrifying scale of casualties the four terrorists managed to achieve, it was the hubris of the Uri attack that ignited unprecedented anger. It had come while families still mourned those who had died defending the Pathankot Air Force Base only 8 months before. Like the four terrorists, Pakistan was probably confident that India's ensuing wrath would be confined to public outrage and diplomatic condemnation, a standardized matrix of responses that it had learned to handle with mastery. But Pakistan did make one devastating miscalculation. India was about to use precisely in reputation for inaction to exact a hitherto unthinkable revenge. A blanket coverage of Uri attack took over television news and the internet on the morning of 18th September. A chill descended upon India's Resina Hill in Delhi. Emergency meetings were held in the most secret wardrooms of the security establishment, one of them presided over by Prime Minister Narendra Modi along with National Security Advisor Ajit Doval.